What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're gonna be tearing down the Speed 6. We're actually gonna be taking down the engine bay a little bit. All the charge piping, valve cover, intake manifold, all that is coming off. And my man Austin over here currently mixing, Sir Mix-a-Lot, with the paint.
Primer.
We're gonna be painting some of the stuff in the engine bay here, kind of dress up the entire area here. As you know, we got the RACETHETIX valve cover kit with all the hardware, the fender bolts, all that good stuff. But what we're gonna do is take off everything first. I'm actually gonna take these to my work and use a sandblaster and sandblast the cast down to as smooth a finish as I can, so that Austin over here can lay down some nice paint and have it look legit. Before we get started, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but I was inspired to start this channel while I was deployed in Afghanistan. I watched only a few select YouTube channels, and one of them was Cletus McFarlane. Garrett is an awesome dude. I've hung out with him in person. The whole crew is pretty cool. So when I got home, I actually started the channel and worked towards different goals throughout and just keep building. But the reason I bring it up is because Corey just bought something from them, and check out this packaging. If you guys watch Cletus's channel, which I'm sure you do because, you know, who doesn't? Everybody know he's, you know, America everything. So it just goes with the theme. Crack it open, dude. Let's see what you got. Oh, we're throwing razors. Look out. You already cut yourself twice today. Shout out Cooper for your packaging. Which one did you get?
We got a little long sleeve dealy whopper.
Oh, nice. America. Sweet. So he's got a long sleeve for the upcoming colder months. Mm-hmm. I gotta get me one of his long sleeves. I haven't gotten.
We need to get some of our long sleeves.
I know. Speaking of which, merch available. Check out the link below. We have our site up and running and shirts in stock, so definitely check it out. Hoodies coming, hats, all that good stuff. But we're gonna get started, so let's get to it. All right, guys, so first I'm gonna start off by taking off the cold side piping. And once I get that off, we'll get the other side of the cold side off and start getting to the valve cover, all the wiring out of the way, and just start breaking it down. I'm gonna time lapse a lot of this stuff just to break it down and show you guys some stuff along the way. We're gonna jump to a time lapse. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, so we got the valve cover pretty much off. Just gotta go around and loosen up a couple more of these bolts here that are holding us up. But all bolts are off. Let's reveal what's underneath here. Those look like cams. Everything looks really good, actually. Timing's still good. Yeah, all the charge piping's off. Piping's gonna be gloss, like real gloss. Okay. So it takes off. Also, we found something crazy. So Corey was undoing the bypass valve on this, and I kid you not, guys, like this bypass valve right here was on the flange and there was bolts on it. But the craziest thing is that the bolts weren't threaded into anything. They don't even fit. I could have had a massive boost leak this whole time.
You did have a massive boost leak. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. I had a massive boost leak, and I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even think to check how tight those were because they just look like they've been there
right.
for a while. You know, like.
Yeah.
This is why, like, I tell guys, like, check over everything, and I didn't. There's no thread in there. Like, there's nothing to thread to. So, yeah, we're gonna see what it does when it's all buttoned up tight. I guess we'll see.
You might have to log it and send it to Justin to make sure.
Yeah, I might hit all the boost.
Oh boy.
All the boost.
80 pounds boost.
Yeah, we got these off. Austin's pretty much just gonna scuff these down, and whoever built this cold side kit did a really good job. I mean, the welds
look good.
Welds look really good. But we're gonna keep tearing it down, and we'll get back to you guys soon. Yeah.
Here we go. There she be.
There she be.
Okay.
Not bad. It was definitely.
I don't know if those are ported.
I think someone attempted it
and gave up halfway.
Gave up because look at.
Oh yeah.
So this was definitely someone tried to start porting it and then realized how hard it was probably.
Hold that real. Let me see. If I can get the cat. Yeah. I mean, you can see the right down in there. There's like grind marks.
Yeah, like someone attempted, but
this one looks.
Look at this.
Ooh,
look how bad that is,
dude. That's.
God, I just want to do JMF with port.
Stevie Wonder port and polish.
Yeah. So we're gonna stop there for the night. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. So everything's ready for Austin to paint. He's gonna obviously scuff all these down and get them prepped and ready. So we're gonna do a real like high gloss black on the piping, and then we're thinking for the valve cover, I actually took these to work and sandblasted the intake manifold and the valve cover. So he's gonna prep these, scuff them down a little bit more, try to get a very even surface as much as he can. I know these are a pain in the butt, but honestly, the stock intake manifold is not gonna be on the car that much longer. So we're just gonna paint it to look clean. And then the valve cover, we're gonna basically do, I told him to do what he thinks looks good. He's thinking maybe a paint match red for the valve cover, and then depending on how it turns out with the coarseness of the intake manifold and how porous it is, I'm just gonna do black to match the piping. And then when we do a JMF eventually, we'll cross that road when we get to it. But everything's still tore down, getting ready for paint. Once that's done, we'll throw everything back on the car and be back at it. All right, boys, back at the shop, and oh my goodness, Austin did a killer job on the paint, and we're back here about to put the Speed 6 back together. Got to do a little bit of cleanup around some areas, get the new gasket set, and start reassembling, but check this paint out. Oh my God. So he did a silver metallic with like a flake with a candy red over it. Crazy. That's gonna look good. And then the intercooler piping is like a gloss black with like gold flake in it. It looks sick. As well as the intake manifold too. The stock manifold, it's got the flake in there as well. So we got the Speed 6 apart. We got some new stuff to put on. We also have everything here from RACETHETIX for the RACETHETIX kit. The only thing I won't be able to put on is the valve cover plate because I'm still waiting. I have to get a wire tuck from Eric, but I got new gaskets and all the hardware from the RACETHETIX kit, plus some thermal gaskets for the intake manifold and throttle body. Let's get to it, boys. All right, guys, so we got the intake manifold on, the throttle body on, just buttoning some things back up. I really can't wait to get the wire tuck from Eric because, guys, if you guys haven't seen it, go to Mazdaspeed Wire Tucks on Facebook. If you haven't seen it before, it literally gets rid of all this bulk wiring, and he runs a new harness and gets rid of like all this slop. It just needs to be cleaned up quite a bit. Granted, everything's kind of flopped over and not in place, but we're getting there. I'm gonna route the intercooler piping now, get ready to drop the valve cover on. Actually, I'm probably gonna do the valve cover first and then do intercooler piping and get her all buttoned up. So we'll check back here in a minute. All right, so we're just getting the new gaskets on the valve cover, making sure those are all seated. Got these from Edge Autosport. I got them over to me real quick. There it is, boys.
And bam!
Boom. Dunzo.
There she is. Oh, baby.
Don't fail me now.
Oh. There she be.
Boom. Damn, that looks sick.
That looks so sick.
It looks so good.
It looks so good.
Get the RACETHETIX hardware out and start buttoning this thing up. All right, so we're just getting the power steering tightened down, but everything's pretty much back together on top, minus the intercooler piping. So we're gonna start routing the intercooler piping and getting this thing back together. But I gotta say, man, this RACETHETIX kit, even though I don't have the coil plate and the cover on because I don't have Eric's wire tuck yet, those bolts just make a huge difference, man. Like,
The little thing
cleans it up so much. I mean, even all the little ones for like the cam position sensor, like all the coil packs, everything, dude, it looks so good. And we're about to put the fender ones on too, so we'll be able to see what that looks like all said and done.
I always loved how they have the logo on the bottom of them as just a little touch. It's pretty cool.
So the power steering's back on. It's honestly just easier if you just pop the belt off.
Yeah.
Getting in and out of this, because they do have a manifold bolt that's down here, which anybody that has a 6 that's taking it off knows that. But yeah, we're just slowly getting it back together. I think it looks a ton better than what it did.
Yeah, it looks so good.
And then with the intercooler piping on, I'll definitely shape it up quite a bit. So pretty pumped. We'll get back to it, get this belt on, and start running the piping.
Dude, that RACETHETIX kit actually looks sick.
Dude, it looks awesome, dude.
The little
Just
touches.
the little things that make a huge difference. We're gonna button everything up, and we will catch you guys when it's done. And we're done.
Bam.
It's all put back together, bumpers on. The
you
car's
look at-
filthy, but holy crap, dude, what a difference.
Literally night and day.
It's so much better looking. And we'll work on getting the wire tuck and stuff soon. And manifolds will change out eventually, but dude, it needed to be freshened up. That raw aluminum pitted
Yeah.
was just terrible. So we're gonna get the car cleaned up. We'll get you guys a cold start before we leave. I appreciate you guys watching. We have major RX-8 video coming. I'm talking actual action on the car coming at you live on the next episode. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll get you guys a cold start. But until then, we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Sounds good. It does.
Just gotta wait for axles to come in.
Then it's go time.
Oh man, it's always something.